Okay. So we will start with what is innovation. Innovation is just to upgrade or to improve earlier existing product. That is, for example, if we are adding a new application to our cell phone, that's an innovation. That added application will improve our earlier cell phone, that our earlier existing product. Contents. The first heading is invention and innovation. Next is types of innovation that I'll cover. Next is source of innovative opportunities, principles of successful innovation, and the last, a method for idea generation, a method for uh, innovative idea generation. So I'll take one by one. First one is the difference between, what is the difference between invention and innovation. Invention is just creating of new product, or you can say that creating of new process, or we can also say that creation of new technology not previously known to exist. Its example is cell phone. What is innovation? Innovation is improved product, or you can say improved technology, or we can also say that improved services. It is just transformation of creative ideas into useful application. For example, if we are installing a camera into a cell phone, that will be a innovation that will improve the working of a uh, working of our cell phone. Continue with the difference between invention and innovation. We have numerous inventions and discoveries which leads to innovation. The first one, we have the X-ray. The X-ray was firstly discovered by a scientist Röntgen in 1895, which leads to numerous medical uses. The next one, we have light sensitivity of silver compounds. These are actually silver chlorides, silver bromides, silver silver iodides. These materials actually are very light sensitive. When light falls on it, it breaks into silvers and halides. These compounds can actually used in photography as well as in camera techniques. So it's also an innovation. Third, we have semiconductor materials. The semiconductor materials, we have germanium, silicon, gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide. These materials are now used in different electronic devices and different semiconductor devices. So it's also an innovation move. The last, we have lasers. Lasers are actually used to read the digital information that is actually present on CDs and DVDs. So this is also an discovery which leads to a innovation. Moving to next slide, types of innovation. We have different types of innovation. The first one, we can actually innovate in sources of supply. We can also innovate in technology. We can innovate in our product. We can actually improve our product with new ideas and new innovation. We can also innovate in market. We can even innovate in our type of organization. Next slide. Principles for successful innovation. Here we can also say that these principles can also be quoted as the different steps for successful innovation. The first step, you can say that, begin with an analysis of the opportunity. First, we have to grab the opportunity that is actually occurring around our surroundings. We have to grab the opportunity. Then next point is analyze the opportunity to see if people will be interested in using that innovation. We have to actually analyze that that particular innovation will be used by the peoples or not. The third step is to be effective. The innovation must be simple and clearly focused on a specific need. The innovation we are doing should be very simple, clear, and very much specific to the need. The fourth step is effective innovation starts small. Every innovation actually starts with a small start. So we have to go with that. The next, last but not the least, aim at market leadership. We have to consider the market leadership also. We have to consider the market, whether our innovative product will be successful in the market or not. Next, we have the techniques for innovation. Scammer is actually just the trick how we can actually innovate in our society or innovate in our system. It is just the abbreviated form where the S stands for substitute or simplify. C stand for combine. A stand for adapt. M stand for modify. You can also say that magnify or minify. P stand for put to other uses. E stand for eliminate. R stand for reverse and rearrange. We will discuss these abbreviated words one by one. The first one is substitute. For doing any innovation or for doing any innovative to actually introduce any innovative idea, we have to replace the old technology by a new technology. In this example, I have shown how a ink pen is actually being replaced by the wall pen. The next heading is combine. In this example, I have shown that how we can combine different applications into a single device. We actually used that is camera for photography, and that is video camera for videography. But in our cell phone, we can do this photography and videography as well. So we have to innovate in that way, so that we can actually use maximum application in a single device. Next one, we have adapt. Earlier, you can see that earlier we actually uses various radio sets or transistor sets in our home. These are actually now adapted to our vehicles, or you can say that four-wheelers. So these are actually adapted to our new system. So we have to actually innovate in that way that it adapts to our new system or new society. Magnify. We can actually see that how a small TV being replaced by the big screen LEDs. So we can also innovate in a way so that it magnify the effect. So in this idea, a small TV is being replaced by the big LED screen. Next is minify. We can also innovate if we think we actually reduce the size of the product. Here the wired earphone is being actually replaced by the your Bluetooth headphones or Bluetooth earphone, which are very small in size. So Minify can also leads to an innovative idea. Put to other uses or other uses of cell phones. A cell phone can do various works, can do various applications. So we can also implement a device or innovate in a device so that it can be used for multiple uses. The next, eliminate. We can actually eliminate. We can actually use the process in which we can eliminate the older things to a new things. In older, we actually use Kangadi to heat up our rooms or heat up our systems. Now it is being replaced by the your room heaters. So we can innovate in that way also. Rearrange. We are now rearranging from our diesel and petrol vehicles to our new system, that is electrical vehicles. So these are the few tricks, or these are the few techniques which by you can apply to get innovative ideas in your mind and arrange and magnify your products. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Over to ma'am.
Thank you, Engineer Yuvraj. Now I welcome Engineer Rajneesh Magotra. Engineer Rajneesh Magotra is the Entrepreneur Ambassador of Yogananda College of Engineering and Technology. Engineer Rajneesh, session is over to you now.
Thank you very much, ma'am. And very good afternoon to all of you, as I am Innovation County EET. Let me share my screens. Before sharing my screens, I would like to tell you all that it is really a dream to be an entrepreneur. As rightly said, that entrepreneurs are never entrepreneurs to be recognized as a world leader in their specific field. Their desire is to share their knowledge and engage with their matter is often a source of frustration to pave their future by putting a lot of hard work. So let me share my screens. So first of all, question rises, who is an entrepreneur? The entrepreneur is a person who designs, launches, and who runs any type of new business or new venture. It can be individual based, it can be joint based. The capacity and willingness to develop, organize, am I audible? Hello?
Rajneesh, now you are audible.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for inconvenience because there was a technical glitch. So I was discussing that who is an entrepreneur? So entrepreneur is someone who thinks beyond the boundaries, who envisions, creates, and evangelists an idea that they are absolutely crazy about, who looks at life differently. An entrepreneur does not see the normal obstacles that life puts in our way. and shy away like most of us do. Entrepreneurs think the word no means to find a better way. Entrepreneurs are continuously learning, growing, and reaching to a greater heights. Who is an entrepreneur? You can see the picture of Jeff Bezos, who is the founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Amazon. I think nowadays 60 to 70% of business is based on online business. And he is one of the famous and internationally acclaimed entrepreneur. So another the reason why we should become entrepreneur. This is a very big question, even from the last so many decades. Why? Because we are becoming overage. We are waiting for government jobs only. So we don't have our self-belief. We don't have our trust on our knowledge, and we don't have self-confidence. And I am sure that there is no dearth of jobs, but definitely if we look at 130 crore population of our country, there is definitely a great problem of unemployment. There is difficult to get or to seek job in any of the corporate sector, especially in the government sector. So we don't have any other option left with us except to become an entrepreneur. So definitely another, the foremost important thing that why we should become entrepreneur. Everybody want to earn more profit. Next, need to learn more. And the need for a lifestyle is not supposed to be bound by 9 to 5 job. There is a lot of hype about having a flexible lifestyle, but the truth is that entrepreneurship is that they are going to work really hard and really long. So don't choose this way of life if you're thinking it's a shortcut. That's being said, you will work hard, but there is much more flexibility to the entrepreneurship lifestyle than the traditional 9 to 5 and 2 weeks of vacation time that corporate life permits. So lack of a formal education, some people definitely become entrepreneurs because they haven't had the privilege to receive an extensive education. So entrepreneurship is an arena where the idea and results take precedence over educational background. Been through the school of hard knocks. School of hard knocks is an idiomatic phrase meaning the experience gained from living, especially from disappointed and work hard, often regarded as a means of education. There comes certain points in life where in assessing experience and one concludes that one, why it has been found that through more than enough not to be afraid to branch out on one's own. Everyone goes through the school of hard knocks. It is always a question of what one does with the experience. So the main characteristics of an entrepreneur is, so do I have what it takes? First, one should have over ambitions, or you can say one should have ambitions. You should have a clarity in your vision and a gut wrenching need to see it through. One should have self-confidence. You may waver at times, but you have to believe in yourself and your business definitely. One should have adaptable attitude. Things will likely not to go as planned. You have to be flexible enough to change as and when. One should be humble. Can you check your age or your ego? You may need to ask for help to hit the certain milestones. Then definitely one has to put a lot of hard work to achieve their goal. Then one should have perseverance, and one should have definitely comfortable with risk. And another, the most important characteristics of an entrepreneur is unwavering passion. There will be a tough days, but your passion will carry you through. Next. commitment and resilience. So entrepreneurship will dole out constant challenges, some of which you have already considered, but many of which you will never see coming. You will face complex financial problems. I'm sure this is again a big hurdle in achieving the goal of entrepreneurship. Decision-based dilemmas, long hours, sudden changes of the market and their trends and predictions that may fail. Personal lives may even be becomes more challenging. You must remember that all these challenges, while difficult to face, are a natural part of being an entrepreneur. You will definitely come across with certain hurdles, certain obstructions, but need not be worried. Success in business, ownership is a rarely matter of how many challenges you face, so much as it is a matter of how you face those challenges. Triumphant entrepreneurs have a level of resilience which allows them to face an almost challenges without ever weakening their resolve. Risk takers, definitely. Only those people can become entrepreneurs who are dare to dream, who are dare to take risk and challenges in their life. Don't you feel that our everybody's life is full of challenges? If we are ready to face other challenges, so why can't we take challenge once in a life for such type of things? So entrepreneurs are definitely risk takers, ready to dive deep into the future of uncertainty. Successful entrepreneurs are willing to risk their time and money on unknowns, but they also keep resources and for dealing with them. Self-belief, hard work, and disciplined dedication. So entrepreneurs believe in them and are quite confident and dedicated to their projects. Their intense focus, the main thing is they are really focused in one direction. So we should not go to multidimensional things or multidirectional. And they are having firm faith in their ideas, which may misconstruct as stubbornness, but it is the thing, willingness to work hard and defy odds that make them big successful. Resourcefulness. More often than not, an entrepreneur has limited resources, especially at the initial stage of the business. Successful entrepreneurs figure out how to get the most out of the resources available with them. Then definitely objectivity. Objectivity connotes a lack of bias, judgment, and prejudice. Entrepreneurs need to be dispassionate when it comes to making business decisions because emotions, bias, and sentiment can result in poor choices. Adaptable and flexible. Being inflexible about client and market needs leads to failure. Successful entrepreneurs welcome all suggestions for optimization that may enhance their offering and satisfy client and market needs. Knowledge of the product and the market survey. Entrepreneurs must know their product and the market need. A lack of awareness of the changing trend in the market needs competition and external factors may cause a business to fail. So this is all about entrepreneurs. One has rightly said that winners never quit and quitters never win. So success is not final. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. In the last but not least, I want to say that the best thing or the best way to predict our future is to create it. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living some and make yourself quite elevated and make your life worth living. Thank you, one and all.
Thanks a lot, Engineer Rajneesh Magotra. Now I invite Engineer Robin Kumar. Engineer Robin Kumar is the Intellectual Property Right Ambassador, that is IPR Ambassador of YCET. Engineer Robin, please continue the session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all in YCET, and now I proceed to my presentation. Intellectual property. What is intellectual property? The word intellect refers to the creation of mind, and intellectual property is a type of intangible property, and it is like we have some kind of name, paintings, and literary work that is called the intellectual property. And intellectual property rights are the rights granted to the creator of intellectual property by the government. Different types of intellectual property. You can see here from in this car, the headlamp is a patent, the music, that is a copyright, the design of a car is intellectual property of design, the logo of a car, that is the trademark. So we have different types of intellectual property rights. So first one is patents, second one is designs, third one is trademarks, fourth one is copyright, fifth one is GI, and now there are some more one, that is the semiconductor ones. Then there are other trademarks also. Let us start. What are the benefits of IP, intellectual property? Intellectual property, it just helps in economic benefit. Like if we have a IP, or we can say intellectual property right, so third person cannot use your property. So the loyalty will be given to the person who's having the IP registration. There is a benefit of, you can say, the property is saved by you and the other person need to take permission from you to use your property. Innovation promotes innovation, research and development. The best benefit of IP registration is it promotes the innovation and research and development. It's also benefit establishment of ownership. It gives a license to a particular who just developed the IP, and it benefits him for this ownership, and he also get the legal benefit of that. The first one, that is copyright. Copyright is an exclusive legal right granted to the creator of intellectual work. Like we can give copyrights to a work, that is like we have a book, that is again a copyright, a software, that is again a copyright. In case of registering, it is not mandatory. It is mandatory when you just file it. When you create a copyright, it is a copyright. Works that comes under the copyright, that is software, books, computer programs, drawings, paintings, maps, photographs, these all comes under the copyright. If you have clicked some very good picture, you can just take a copyright for that. If someone used that picture, then that is, you can claim it and you can get loyalty for that. Like we have a drama scene, screenplay, that is again comes under a copyright. Even the music, you can just see, if you copy a music from YouTube and then again upload it on the YouTube, a copyright strike comes. That is the strike given by the owner that you have copied my original music. Sound is comes under, like Amitabh Bachchan sound cannot be used for commercials, and Shah Rukh Khan's sound voice cannot be used for commercials because they have filed a copyright for that. So these are the copyrights. Now, what is patent? Patents are granted for invention for a product. Like you have invented some product, then you can find a patent for that. A patent is valid for 20 years, starts from date of filing. Now, what cannot be patent? Like if there is a scientific principle, that cannot be patent. If there is a agriculture method, that cannot be patent. If someone have a public health related system, that cannot be patent. So these are something, the formula for abstraction, that cannot be patent, and natural law cannot be patent. So these are the things which cannot be patents. Now, trademarks. Trademark, what is a trademark? Trademark is a business idea, or we can say business identity, and helps us to identify or distinguish the goods made by us, made by a company or a service. Suppose like we have a name of a company, that can be trademarked. Okay, words can be trademarks, logo can be trademarks, colors, the collection of colors can be trademarked. Like we have packaging, a style of packaging can be trademarked, and sounds, audio, visuals, even signs can be trademarked. So these are the things. Like we have a Maruti Suzuki logo, Toyota logo, and Hyundai logo. These are the trademarks. Trademark must be unique. Like we have Doordarshan, the name Doordarshan is a trademark. Okay, like we have Bheem, that is an app, and that is used for UPI payment, that is again a trademark. What we have to avoid in trademarks, like we have to avoid name of a person, that is adjectives. Like we have India, that name cannot be trademarked. Okay, and some kind of religious thoughts, that cannot be trademarked. There are some symbols, like we have a symbol TM, that is a applied mark, or we can say trademark. When we apply a trademark, this symbol is given. So we cannot use this symbol while filing a trademark. This is given by given by the authority for when we file a trademark. Then this is R sign for registered trademark, SM for service trademark. Now, designs. Design, the ornamental feature of an object, that again can be a intellectual property right. And 2D, 3D pattern of a handcrafted product, that can also be a intellectual property right. Okay, let's move forward. GI, like we have agricultural food of a particular area, a handcrafted thing of a particular area or geographical area or geographical territory, that can again also be IPR, intellectual property right. So a product is considered to be a particular for a particular territory if it produce that product, if it process that product, or preparation of that product is limited to that territory. Thank you for listening me. And what you can contribute is that you have to respect others' IPR and give credit to the IPR, and don't buy the fake products. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Engineer Robin. Now, last but not the least, I welcome Engineer Dinesh Gupta to conclude the session with incubation. Engineer Dinesh Gupta is Incubation Ambassador of Yogananda College of Engineering and Technology. Dinesh Gupta, please continue the session.
Thank you, Sonika ma'am. Ma'am, my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. My topic is I have to speak on incubator. But dear students, first of all, I want to tell you that our college is a member of IIC. Now, what is IIC? What is its full form? What is its working? Why it is created? And what about these four innovation ambassadors? Since we four are the innovation ambassadors, Mr. That is Engineer Yuvraj, he talked on innovation. Then Engineer Rajneesh Magotra, he talked on entrepreneurship and startup. And then Engineer Robin, he spoke on IPR, that is intellectual property rights. And I am the fourth ambassador who will speak on incubator. But before going to incubator, actually we four from YCT, that Yogananda College of Engineering and Technology, received training on these four themes. And these training was conducted by MHRD, a Government of India initiative. Actually, IIC, its full form is Institutions Innovation Council. It is a government, MHRD Government of India initiative, and our college is a member of IIC. Actually, it is an initiative taken by MHRD to encourage the budding engineers in research-related activities. It works on four themes. First one is innovation. Second one is entrepreneurship or startup. Third one is entrepreneurship. Third one is incubation, and fourth one is patent. And I have to speak on that is incubation. But before going to again incubation or incubator, I can tell you one thing, that we can become an entrepreneur by innovative ideas and can start our own startup or entrepreneur. Government of India has created a support system for this, which is Government of India has created a support system for this, which is named as incubation or incubator. And after starting your own startup, you can patent your innovation. Under IIC, our college have performed so many activities. And almost in all across India, there are almost 2,700 colleges and universities that are connected under, or we can say they are the members of IIC. And in J&K, from J&K, our college is one of the member. And during 2020-21 session, our college was ranked third in IIC list among 54 colleges and universities of J&K. And this time, the ranking result was declared day before yesterday, and our college is ranked second. This time our college is ranked second in IIC ranking list from J&K. Now, my next slide. Actually, this I will explain afterwards. My next slide is what is incubator. Why one has to have an incubator? What is the need of incubator? Means about incubator. Now, first of all, what is incubator? Why we need incubator? Basically, incubator is an organization. What is incubator? It is an organization that helps startup companies or entrepreneurs or individual entrepreneurs to develop their business by providing a full-scale range of services. But full-scale range of services they are going to provide, starting with management, training, office space, and ending with venture capital financing. Now, my next slide, you are seeing there is a baby. This is an incubator, medical incubator. If baby is unhealthy, he or she can put on life support system, which is known as incubator. This is an incubator in medical field, but in business, incubator is a organization. No, I will go to first slide now. Yes, no, this is an incubator. Now, what is incubator? No, I will explain this incubator again. Incubator, basically it is an organization that helps startup companies and individual entrepreneurs to develop their business by providing a full scale range of services, starting with management. So this may be management and research staff, office staff, training and office space. This is central instrumentation facility. These are the some instruments used for a research purpose or for incubation purpose. And there are some that is space available for research work, office, meeting room, and co-working space. All combining is known as incubator. Now, what is incubator? Basically, it is an organization comprising of office management staff, research staff, then research team, then labs, then research equipments, and building having some specified space, maybe 200, minimum 250 square feet to 450 square feet. And why we need or why we require these incubators? In business, if someone starts his enterprise by using his innovative idea, and if his company fails, then he can take help from the support system, which is known as incubator. In J&K, we have 2 incubators, one at Jammu and one at Srinagar, Baramulla, by the name CIIIT. What is its full form? That is Center for Invention, Innovation, Incubation and Training. And these incubators was developed with the help of Tata Pune. And 80% of the incubators, those incubators are funded by Tata Pune and 20% by the J&K government. In Jammu, we have 2 more incubators, one at IIM Jammu and other at Shri Mata Vaishno Devi University, Katra. In India, so many engineers are starting their startup companies like Flipkart, Paytm, Ola, Zomato, Myntra, all are engineers. No, they are, as Mr. Rajneesh has told you, that engineers should be job givers, not job seekers. So now the engineers are becoming job givers by starting their own startup companies like Flipkart. It is almost number 1 in India, and that is 5th ranked in in world. Paytm, it is very that is a big company, and that is also started by that is engineer from that is Delhi University, engineer from Delhi University. And then Ola company, it is started by engineers from IIT Bombay. And then Zomato, Myntra, they all are engineers. And a recently published article in most of the newspapers, you may have seen that there is one article written in most of the newspapers in India. Why are almost all startups founded by engineers in India? Why do people from other fields not becoming entrepreneurs? And my answer is because engineers are more innovative than others. This is my answer. And now what is basically, see, that is incubator. And I have told you this is a medical incubator. And this building, this organization, this building contains a big organization, and that organization contains whole ecosystem, and that ecosystem is known as incubator. Basically, incubator, we can also say it is a concept where such facility nurtures a young incubant in life to grow to be a self-supportive. And by we need, and by this startups, basically startups are young, big, enthusiastic. They need nurturing to grow. There should be an ecosystem of facility. Without incubators, it is almost next to impossible for startups to exist. Incubators is like an heir to human. Those who can provide such ecosystem support, facility, vision, and mission to nurture startups should have an incubator. And there are 2 types of incubators, public incubator and private incubator. Public incubator, they are supported by that is government supported or academia or institutes supported systems, whereas private incubators are banks, finance organizations, or even individuals. No, but incubators they require physical facility or physical space that I have already shown you in my first slide. Infrastructure support, then mentoring capabilities and extended facilities, nurturing capabilities with funding window. And these funding may be obtained from some commercial banks. Commitment for incubator requires strong vision and mission. Motivation to bring better societal outcomes. Willingness to nurture a startup throughout for its successful graduation. What are the advantages of having an incubator? Entrepreneur development from grassroots, knowledge generation, translation to society, human resource development, then financial gain, recognition, enhanced quality of life, services to self and society. And that's all. Thank you. Thank you very much for listening me patiently. And Sonika ma'am, their next session will be from 4. Actually, our guest, that is Dr. Aldavas, he will join at 4. So now we have to take some break and we'll rejoin at 4. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sonika ma'am.
Thank you, Dinesh sir. Thanks a lot. All these ambassadors have given a very good contribution in IIC cell of YCT. Thanks all for your explanation. Thanks a lot once again. We will join at 4 p.m. sharp.